Shalom. All praises to the Most High, Noka said. Praise be to the earthly mother, the Holy Spirit, the Kaheh, in the name of his only begotten Son, Motsah the Lamb, unification to the nation. So this is going to be an extension of the video. I'm still dealing with a little bit of a thing with my voice, my throat. You know, it hurts, but we're gonna push through because I have a lot of good stuff to share, and I believe that the Holy Spirit, the Kaheh, is leading me somewhere, and I think I need to go wherever I'm being led to. So I'm in the middle of doing my finale of my Romans in Brazil video. You might not see it today. I don't know. We'll see. But I did show you guys in my last video regarding where I believe the Holy Land is, or where the Exodus took place. And things are really, really starting to come together. And now I brought up the fact that I think that Edom is somewhere in this desert. I brought that out. There's certain parts in this desert that are very red, like the clefts of the rock, like Edom's land would be. Right? Now, I believe I actually really and truly do believe I'm correct. And I'm going to show you why. That these are the original lands of Edom. Have you guys ever heard of Patagonia? Have you guys ever heard of that? Well, let's go into it. Patagonia came to mean land of the big feet, or land of the big foot. But it is a myth that was the home of gigantic human creatures. That sounds like Mount Seir. And it says, in South America lived two of the largest dwarf populations in the world. If you guys know anything about Mount Seir, you'll realize that Mount Seir was where all of the genetic splicing and all of the experiments were going down. There were giants. There were dwarfs. It was insanity, truly. And they also have the same thing in North America as well. But we're focusing on South America as our model for the Holy Land at this moment. This stuff is found in South America as well. They find this stuff underneath the sand. They find these small little alien carvings and creatures and bones and civilizations. Sounds like the kingdom of Edom, the kingdom of Bozrah. Just keep flowing because I have other videos to get to. But Patagonian giants, the Ona tribe. Now, of course, I tried to look into this. I tried to find this article. And of course, what do you think? You think they left it up? No, of course not. Of course they wouldn't leave this up. Bastards. But look, I can't even read the rest of this. So stupid. But Dr. Frederick Cook, a controversial explorer and physician, made some interesting claims on having encountered giants among the Ona people of Patagonia during his, and that's the only thing I could read. Now, there is a common theme when it comes to these giants. It's the fact that these giants have red or blonde hair, or they look, mestizo, but they have a European sort of look to them. And you're going to find out in my finale of my Romans in Brazil what the Peruvians think of, or what they thought of some of the conquistadors or the Spaniards. Now we're going to keep going. We're going to keep flowing because you guys can look all this stuff up yourselves. There's only for me to touch on it and you can do the research yourself. But my voice is not letting me do a long video. One day, we suddenly saw a naked man of giant stature on the shore of the port, dancing, singing, and throwing dust on his head. The captain general sent one of our men to the giant so that he might perform the same actions as a sign of peace. Having done that, the man led the giant to an islet into the presence of the captain general. When the giant was in the captain general's and our presence, he marveled greatly and made signs with one finger raised upward, believing that we had come from the sky. He was so tall that we reached only to his waist, and he was well proportioned. This sounds large as hell. Not as large as the Genesis account, but descendants of possibly these giant beings. His face was large and painted red all over, while his eyes was painted yellow. While about his eyes he was painted yellow, and he had two hearts painted on the middle of his cheeks. His scanty hair was painted white. He was dressed in the skins of animals silky sewn together. The animal has a head and ears as large as those of a mule, a neck and body like those of a camel, the legs of a deer, and the tail of a horse, like which it nighes. And that land has very many of them. His feet were shod with the same kind of skins which covered his feet in this manner of shoes. In his hand he carried a short, heavy bow with a cord somewhat thicker than those of the lute. I don't know. Maybe that's a tribe. And made from the intestines of the same animal, and a bundle of rather short cane arrows feathered like ours, and with points of white and black flint stones in the manner of Turkish arrows instead of iron. Those points were fashioned by means of another stone. So this is the type of people that they found in so-called Argentina. And it said, I can't really read this map, but this translates to old map of the area of giants in Patagonia, Bigfoot in Argentina. So Patagonia was known as Argentina, or the area of Argentina. So I'm just bringing that out. Something to look into. Yes, look, the country Argentina, this was known as Patagonia, or the area of Patagonia. The area of the Bigfoot, or the people of big feet, or the giants. Are you following? Not the Nephilim, not the Canaanites, but the giants. So what are we talking about? Are we talking about Amalek? Are we talking about the Canaanite tribes that married into Edom? Are you talking about the Kenites, who all lived in caves in Mount Seir? Are we talking about that? What are we talking about right now? The Patagonian giants are a mythical blonde race of people who were supposed to have extended normal human height. First mention of these people came from the voyage of Ferdinand Magellan and his crew, who claimed to have seen them while exploring the coastline of South America in the 1520s. In 1579, Sir Francis Drake's ship, Chaplain Francis Fletcher, wrote about meeting very tall Patagonians. In the 1590s, Anthony Knivet claimed he had seen giant dead bodies in Patagonia. I wonder where all of this stuff went. I truly do. Now, I find it very interesting. How come we don't find any giant? I wondered, why didn't we find any giant bones in South America like that? We find some of them, like in Peru. You see the mummies, but we don't really see giants like that. Especially in the Genesis accounts, these giants were very, very, very big, like skyscraper level. These were Nephilim, and we're gonna get into that in the finale. But I don't see them. But do you know why? You know why you don't see them? Because they're too big. Because they're literally mountains. They are the mountains of today. That's why you don't see them. Now, we touched on this before, but there is a 2017 eclipse that crossed in this area, right? And there's another one that's going to cross in about 3 years. So this from this date to this date, there's a certain amount of days. Those days are 2,422 days. I went over this in the last video, but I'm just doing a little recap, right? So it's 2,422 days. Now, if we split the time in half, right, which is 1,211 days, and we add that to, this day, August 21st, 2017, which is in the middle of this, in the middle of April 8th, 2024, we get December 14th, 2020, which happens to be the eclipse day. The day of the eclipse that is going to eclipse in Argentina. Now let's see. This is talking about the 2019 solar eclipse. Now, isn't it fitting that they showed this red land of Argentina? Isn't it fitting? You may remember the last total solar eclipse, called the Great American Eclipse. It took place in the summer of 2017, and it was the first total eclipse visible across the entire contiguous United States since 1918. I know they were scared in 1918. I know they were terrified. It's almost like the Motsah was like, boo! He probably was, man. That's funny. I was like, boo! Oh my god. You want to know why? Because the Mayans actually really predicted this date. Not this date, but they predicted around 1819. So 2019 is a fitting day, but they don't really know because, they just don't know. So they're going to watch around this time period from from the 18s to the 20s. They're going to watch around that time, because that's when the back tune ends. The 13th back tune. That's when it's supposed to end. However, for the people in Chile and Argentina, the wait for their own total solar eclipse is almost over. On I'm tripping. On Tuesday, July 2nd, for about 2 minutes right before the sunset, a shadow will fall over the southern Pacific Ocean, and parts of Chile and Argentina will witness the first total solar eclipse since August of 2017. Now let's skip down. And while we recognize that if you are not already in Argentina or Chile, it is way too late to get in on the July 2nd, 2019 solar eclipse action. You do, however, still have time for the next one. Yes, Chile and Argentina will once again be graced with another incredible astronomical event in December of 2020. On December 14th, 2020, the Chilean Lake District, arguably the country's most striking region on its own, will be the prime location from which to view another 2-minute eclipse. This one set for the late afternoon. If you're looking for a once-in-a-lifetime reason to finally take a trip to Chile's Lake District, or could use a power or whatever, the point is that the next eclipse that's supposed to occur in Argentina is happening in about 4 months from now. Right? A little less than 4 months from now. That is when the next eclipse is going to come. And this is what it looks like pretty much. This was the first eclipse. This is the second eclipse. Edom, it's your time. This is your time. Your time is over, Edom. Now I finally understand what these scriptures mean. This is why it's so important to know where the land is, so you know where prophecy is going to occur. Right? So important. Now, they also found lost civilizations in the Atacama deserts. And we're not going to, dig too deep into it. I'm just pointing it out so you guys can look into it if you want to. But I believe that those are the kingdoms of Bozrah, because Edom was still, a pretty great people, if you want to use that word. Right? Now, let's look at this for a little bit. Read this. The Atacama giant is a large anthropomorphic geoglyph in the Atacama Desert, Chile. The figure was an early astronomical calendar. The 119 meters long figure is the work of several successive pre-Columbian cultures in this region of South America. So you can see that the Incans are drawing. These figures, these giant hieroglyphs on these mountains. So what is this? Could this be a tombstone of some sort? Why would they draw this? What was the point? What was the point of drawing this in the desert? Or making this in the desert? And how the hell did this last so long? Like for these people to have this sort of, intellect to know how to do this, they had to be Israelites. They had to be, and they were. Wicked as shit, but they were. Excuse my language. Bro, these literally could be giants. These could be giants under all this stuff. Truly, they could be. You would never know, because who the hell is going to excavate this? No one's doing that. What, are you going to do it? With what? With what? What are you going to do it with? They see you coming there with a tractor. What they going to do to you? You don't think they watching? Come on now. Bro, what are they drawing? What are they drawing? Now, the giants had to be huge. These were not just giants like 10 feet tall. No one's scared of someone who's 10 feet tall. Come on now, that's nonsense. They weren't 10 feet tall. Some of them were, and today some of them are. Or some of them were after they mixed down with humans. They're going to get shorter and shorter. But originally, they were not only 10 feet tall. People say Goliath, though, he was about 12 feet, 15 feet. No, why would the whole congregation of Israel be scared of Goliath if he was 10, 15 feet or however tall? That's not tall. What? Yeah, that's taller than the regular person, but that's not tall enough for a bunch of people to be afraid of him. That doesn't make any sense. I'm just saying, that don't make sense, bro. So I just want to point out the fact that in these very red lands, they have all of these markings and such. And maybe these weren't even the Incas who made this. I don't know. I have no idea. But I do find this bizarre. Now, let's read some scriptures. I'm going to end the video, because I truly believe that this place is Bozrah. So, December 14th of this year, 2020, get ready, Edom. Because now I know exactly why you ethnically cleansed or attempted to ethnically cleanse the males, the Israelite men of the land. Now it makes sense. Who is that cometh from Edom with dried garments of Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Now, if those who precept, they know that this is Motsah, that this is the Son of the Most High. Is this is this him coming to kill the people of Bozrah? Now, Bozrah could just be all of Edom, but you know what I mean. We have some good precepts here. With the Most High we will perform with valor, and he will trample our enemies. Remember, O Lord, the sons of Edom, on the day Jerusalem fell. Destroy it, they said. Tear it down to its foundations. Interesting. Now again, they met the Patagonian giants, who are white people, right? These are light-skinned giants with red hair or blonde hair. Who did Edom mix with? Edom mixed with the Canaanites. Where are all these ruins of giants? They're all white people. So who are the Canaanites? Who are the Edomites? Talk to me. Who are they? And you guys are telling me we gotta love white people. Listen, I don't hate people based on how they look, but the majority of them, like, that don't make sense to me. If someone looks like the devil, acts like the devil, like, come on, man, I gotta keep you away from me. That doesn't mean I hate you, but I ain't rushing to hoop with you. I ain't rushing to catch a ball game with you. I'm just keeping it a buck, bro. I don't really want anything to do with heathens. I understand that our people can look like them, but they're very few and far in between. Come on now with that. Isaiah chapter 9 verse 7. Of the increase of his government and peace there will be no end. He will reign on the throne of David and over his kingdom, to establish and sustain it with justice and righteousness from that time and forevermore. The zeal of the Most High of hosts will accomplish this. Who's that talking about? We already know, man. We ain't no code keepers here. We ain't no code keepers here. We don't keep the code. We expand on the code and we make it whole through the power of Motsah, the Lamb. Selah Kala. They will swoop down on the slopes of the Philistines to the west. Together they will plunder the people of the east. They will lay their hands on Edom and Moab, and the Ammonites will be subject to them. And that's talking about the 144. And whoever those brothers are, hey, I can't wait for that day to come. Whether I'm doing it myself or I'm watching you guys do it. Either way, I'm good, man. I just want to see these people get what they deserve, really. Everyone needs to get what they deserve. I want to see the righteous get what they deserve. I want to see the repented Israelites and Gentiles get what they deserve. Because we both have to make sacrifices. Are we going to get the same reward? No. But, you love the Most High, we're cool. When my sword is drunk with its fill, when my sword has drunk its fill in the heavens, then it will come down upon Edom, upon the people I have devoted to destruction. All praises to the Most High. Anoka said, spread your loving kindness, spread your love to the world, for love is perfect and impartial correction. Correct these people for what they have done to your people and the other Gentiles. Isaiah, I want to read, you see it. The sword of the Most High is bathed in blood. It drips with fat, with the blood of lambs and goats. Israelites and Gentiles. With the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Most High has a sacrifice in Bozrah, a great slaughter in the land of Edom. In the land of Edom. So, hey, I'm just saying, Argentina, keep your head up. I feel bad for anyone who's there, but there ain't many Israelites there, man. A lot of those people come from Israelite women and Gentile men. Just an abominable place, and you're gonna pay for that. You are gonna pay for that, and I'm not gonna rape your women because that is disgusting. I would never lay my hands on one of your women. In a sexual way. I have not spoken in secret from a place in a land of darkness. I did not say to the descendants of Jacob, see me in a wasteland. I, the Most High, speak the truth. I say what is right. And then this is, why are your clothes red and your garments are like ones who treads the winepress? Yes, because Motsah will tread the winepress. He will. My dad told me that in Europe they had pictures of so-called Christ or Yahawahshi treading the winepress, like actually like making wine in the winepress, like stomping on grapes. I couldn't find that though, but he said that they had those pictures in One West while he was there. I don't know how the hell you got your hands on those pictures, but I guess it was easier before they had internet. For myself, I have sworn, declares the Most High, that Bozrah will become a desolation, a disgrace, a ruin, and a curse. For all her cities will be in ruins forever. All praises to the Most High. And they probably have a new Bozrah in North America, but there's a Bozrah in South America, the original Bozrah, and there you go. There you go. Or maybe Bozrah's in Europe. Maybe Bozrah is now the Catholic Church. Who knows, man? But I know the original Bozrah probably in Argentina, in Chile. And of course, the Most High is not going to kill his repented people. But as you saw, he will kill goats and lambs. So if you don't repent, that's your lot. This is what the Most High says, because Edom acted vengefully against the house of Judah, and in doing so incurred grievous guilt. Let me see. So I will send fire upon Teman to consume the citadels of Bozrah. So just because they have lied about where these places are, that doesn't mean the Most High is not going to fulfill his prophecies in the appointed places. So that's why I'm actually trying to really watch to see what happens where, to see if I can connect some things. But it's hard because I don't speak Spanish, so it's hard to keep up with their news and what's going on in South America unless someone reports it in English. This is the vision of Obadiah. This is what the Most High says about Edom. We have heard a message from the Most High. An envoy has been sent among the nations to say, "Rise up, let us go to battle against her. Then take your mighty men, O Teman, who will be terrified, so that everyone in the mountains of Esau will be cut down in the slaughter." The mountains. Mount Seir was multiple places. And what region is mountainous? These are future prophecies. I'm just saying, man. The Most High is among you. He is mighty to save. He will rejoice over you with gladness. He will quiet you with his love. He will rejoice over you with singing. So the Most High is going to show us his love once more. And I really, truly cannot wait. I'm feeling it right now. I can't imagine when he's truly treating me like, his child again. But everything has to come into flourishing. I'm sure he wants to, but things need to come to pass. So, I have loved you, said the Most High. But you ask, have you loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, declares the Most High? Yet Jacob have I loved, and Esau have I hated. But why did he hate them? It's not just because the Most High made Esau to be hated. No, not necessarily. Esau did it to himself because of his what he did to Jacob. Let me see. The judgment on Moab. Let me see this real quick. Because I didn't get this in context. Let me get it in context real quick. Hey, man. The Most High is going to do a lot of judgment on South America. A lot of judgment on South America as well. Not just North America, South America. Actually, let's go to Bozrah. I want to end the video. My throat hurts and I want to do the other video. Judgment has come upon the high plain, upon Holon, Jaza, and Mephath, upon Dibon, Nebo, and Beth de Palathem. Oh, I'm not going to read all these places, but Bozrah is one of these places, and all the towns of Moab, those far and near. The horn of Moab has been cut off, and his arm broken. Bro, you guys got to figure out who Moab is as well. You guys got to figure it out, man. In my opinion, if you're asking me, Moab looks like Negroes and white people. That's how Moab looks like For I have sworn myself, saith the Most High, that Bozrah shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. This is not talking about Babylon. This is talking about Bozrah. So he's supposed to come to Bozrah, the ancient town of Bozrah, and he's supposed to do something to it, right? Now, wouldn't it make sense that he would get revenge on the place that they pretty much killed all the Israelite men, or most of them? Wouldn't that make sense? Some of the most racist people on the planet come from Argentina. I've noticed that, but I never said anything. Because I try to give people a chance. But almost every single person that I've met from Argentina has been a racist piece of what. Some of them look like Israelites, but they don't have the spirit of one. So I'm like, I don't understand. And I didn't even know at the time. And now it makes so much sense. It just makes sense. The sword of the Most High is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of the lamb. I think I read this already. But yes, you know what? This is a great verse. This is a great verse. Let's read it again. And with the blood of lambs and goats, and with the fat of the kidneys of rams, for the Most High hath a sacrifice in Bozrah. A sacrifice. What happens when you slaughter people on land? What happens? You have to cleanse the land. There's going to be a cleansing. A cleansing, bro. A cleansing in this damn place, man. He's going to clean the land. And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea is going to go up to a horse's bridle. This is righteous judgment. Righteous judgment, absolutely. This is the last one I'm going to end the video. I will surely assemble, O Jacob, all of thee. And I will surely gather the remnant of Israel. I will put them together as the sheep of Bozrah, as the flock in the midst of their fold. They shall make great noise by reason of the multitude of men. Well, that didn't really have to do with Bozrah being destroyed, but that's a good precept for our gathering. I didn't even know about that one. Anyway, that's about it. Oh, this video was long. Well, I hope you guys got something out of it. I want to try to do the next video. Shalom. Selakala.